It's a tradition here in MeadowClan for every apprentice to speak with StarClan. As newcomers, you will be given this excellent opportunity now. Charmstar explained the outing they were on as the group made their way towards the Moonflower. The whole family was there, in addition to Redpelt, Flamepaw's mentor, Charmstar, the leader, and Sparkstride, Duckpaw's mentor. Now, who would like to go first? Charmstar stopped walking right next to the flower. He looked expectantly at the family. Can I go? Finkit asked. Ah, my apologies, young Finkit, but you must be an apprentice or older to speak with StarClan. Oh, Finkit pouted. Perry chattered, walking forwards. The others made room for him as he approached the Moonflower. Perry's eyes fluttered shut as he was sucked into a dream. Well, if we can't stalk to StarClan that way, maybe we can find a ghost somewhere else on the territory, Finkit whispered to Fern. Fern nodded, and the two kits drifted off into a daydream. Let me tell you about my buddy, he's 3,000 years old. He's wrapped in fire and covered in a mystery. My undead ghosty and me. If a bully ever tries to poke me in the eye, I'll introduce him to my see-through guy and he'll flee from my undead ghosty and me. All the kits in camp are gonna cower and tremble when they get a load of my funky spectral MC. My undead ghosty and me. Yeah, undead ghosty and me. Perry woke with a start, a pained expression on his face. Well, who's next? Charmstar prompted. Flamepaw walked forwards after a moment. She settled down, pressing her face against the flower and breathing in its scent. At once, she was swept away into a dream. Flamepaw looked up, her surroundings transforming into a bright and happy land. She looked around, and then spotted a cat encased in green fire. She could only make out their glowing eyes. Flamepaw, the cat spoke, I have a prophecy to tell you. Flamepaw nodded, her eyes wide with anticipation. The cat, who has lived in both Clan and Two Lake Place, will split the— Hold on! Flamepaw raised a paw, a furrowed expression on her face. I sense trouble. Trouble? The StarClan cat asked. Yes, my brothers are up to something. But the prophecy— Sorry, got to go. Flamepaw disappeared, quickly waking back up in the real world. Flamepaw looked around, noticing her brothers were missing. Oddly, so was Perry. Mom, Finkit and Fern are— Not now, Flamepaw. You can't tell just anyone about what you've seen in StarClan, Charmstar interrupted. That's not— Would you like to speak with Sparkleaf? No! Flamepaw sighed. I'm going to go find Finkit and Fern. She bolted out of the clearing, following the scent trail the kits had left behind. Meanwhile, Perry was on his way to Heinz's building. He'd gotten his mission via his watch, and this was going to be a big one. Ah, Perry the Platypus, Heinz greeted, and a bookcase fell on Perry, trapping him. You must be wondering what my evil plan is for the day. Well, I will tell you. You see, I grew up in Dunkleberry Clan, a horrible place. No one ever respected me, and although I was meant to take my father's place as healer of the clan, StarClan rejected me, and I was outcasted from my peers. But no longer! With my Ghostinator, I can turn any cat into a StarClan ghost. I will use this upon myself, and then return to my clan, telling them how wrong StarClan was, and that my destiny is to rule the Tri-Clan area. Then I will leave, and return later as myself to claim my rightful place as leader. Perry chattered, eyes narrowing. And there's nothing you can do to stop me, Heinz laughed. Perry stepped out of the bookcase easily. Oh, I guess you can do that, Heinz said, and Perry flew at him, kicking him across the face. No, Heinz shouted. I will be a StarClan ghost. He fired up the machine, but Perry turned it in the direction of the forest, away from Heinz, and it fired out, hitting an unsuspecting Flamepaw. Arg! Flamepaw called out as her vision was engulfed in orange flames. She stumbled around for a bit before falling into the clearing where Finkit and Fern were lying in wait. It's a ghostie! Finkit cheered, running up to Flamepaw. Fern followed him, and Flamepaw, not seeing clearly, turned and ran. He's getting away! Finkit yelped. After him! Finkit and Fern chased after Flamepaw, following her through the forest. Meanwhile, Stacy was dreaming in her two-leg home. She walked through a strange forest, looking around. Ginger? Stacy called out. Stacy! Ginger appeared from the undergrowth. You came! Are you going to join MeadowClan with me? No, I came to bring you home, Stacy replied. This is dangerous, and you can't just leave me. But this is where I want to be, sister, Ginger said, confused and a little angry. Not really, Stacy cried. You want to stay with me, don't you? In our home where we grew up, together, like it's always been. No, Ginger hissed. I'm a clan cat now. Call me Gingerpaw or call me nothing. Finkit and Fern followed Flamepaw through the forest, courting her again and again as she tripped on branches and rocks. Finkit! Flamepaw called out angrily. He knows my name, Finkit yelped. Finkit! Hines rolled around his building, dodging Perry's blows. He tried to leap for his inator again, but Perry was quicker, hastily hitting the self-destruct button, leaving the machine to explode. No! Hines growled. Just as Flamepaw was barreling back towards the clearing where the moonflower was, a flicker appeared in her flames, and then they disappeared, leaving her as normal. She skidded to a halt in the center of the clearing, watching as Flameclaw backed away from the moonflower, having finished her vision. Finkit and Fern followed Flamepaw back into the clearing, looking around in confusion. Where'd that StarClan ghosty go? Finkit asked. You'll have to wait until you're apprenticed to stalk the StarClan, Charmstar repeated. Stacy woke up, alone in her home. She sighed bitterly, remembering her sister who left her. And now, Flamepaw had left her too. She was all alone. Well, not completely alone, maybe. Stacy remembered Vanessa, who'd guarded that odd building Perry went into the other day. She wanted to see her again. Maybe they could be friends. Maybe Stacy could find out what Perry was up to. Maybe.